all backed by 40 years of experience. Call for your free estimate.
Thanks for joining us on WEOL on AM and FM and also online at WEOL.com. We're also pleased to have Joe Bach using our voices for the ball game tonight, as this one, of course, is on WLCS TV 20, Spectrum Cable, home of Lorain City Schools Television. Rob Polinsky, Jared Kozar with you on this Thursday night, first Thursday in December. And back at studio control, Dave Rydell. He always does a great job back there. We appreciate his efforts as well. Freshman game went to Lorain. The JV game went to Lorain by a score of 51-34. And now it's time to see how the varsity will do. Let's revisit the starting lineups if you're just joining us and if you missed it during the pregame. First for Pete Priola. In his 9th year, they're 0-1. They lost to Mayfield 57-50 in their lid lifter. They're next in action at Copley on Tuesday. They're going to run out there. Jalen Clark, a senior. He had 9 in the loss to Mayfield. Joe Stokes, a senior, with 8 points in that ball game. Malik Baker, a senior, did not score in the loss to Mayfield. Sean Conway is the point guard, 11 points for the senior, and Raymel Hester, a senior, at 12 points. For the Lorain Titans, this is their season opener for Coach Matt Killian, longtime assistant for John Rossitano here at Lorain, and before that he was on the freshman staff and the JV staff at the former Southview High School when Andy Bastock was the head coach. After tonight, they're next in action Tuesday, December 7th at home for Cleveland Central Catholic at their first road game. A week from tomorrow, they'll go to Shaw on December 10th. Matt will roll out a 5'10 senior Rashad Carter, 6'1 senior Jordan Daniels, 6-foot sophomore Asila Killian, 6'2 junior Christian Ruiz, and 6'2 senior Israel Emerson. And if you're thinking, boy, I don't recognize any of those names, Jared, they graduated just about everybody that played. He told me Daniels and his son, Asaya Killian, they dressed, but get very little varsity action. This is a team, really, it's brand new coach, brand new team. They don't have a lot of experience on this team at all.
And you got to get ready for that pretty quick because you've got a familiar opponent right across the floor from you, and we'll see how that goes tonight. But one thing you'd say about the situation here in Lorain is that it is vastly improved from last year just in terms of the way things have gone. Football season wasn't exactly, I think, what everybody expected. They did get a W. The fact of the matter is they played. They made progress towards something like that. You've got Matt Killian, first-year coach, but as you mentioned, a long Lorain resume, a Lorain guy here. So everything that's good about Lorain, everything that's questionable about Lorain, all wrapped up into one, they're going to face it together. And I think that that's going to be something where, much like Normandale, they're going to learn a lot from each other.
The Bedford Bearcats in their green uniforms, green jerseys, green shorts, trimmed in white. And the Titans are in the white jerseys, white shorts, trimmed in blue with gray numerals. Jumping for the Bearcats, Joe Stokes. Israel Emerson jumping for Lorain, and the Bedford Bearcats control the tip at Sean Conway. Conway brings it into the forecourt, man-to-man defense for the Titans. The lob and the jam attempt is, we're going to get offensive goaltending as the jam attempt by Joe Stokes was no good. Then offensive interference as in the cylinder on the return. It was one of the Bearcats, and that's got this crowd buzzing on the first possession. Full court pressure from Bedford. Lorain's able to break it. They get it into the forecourt. Jordan Daniels with it. Left-hand layup off the back of the rim twice. No good. Rebound hauled in by Raymel Hester. Hester will push to Sean Conway. Conway, 15-footer left wing, no good. Skying for the rebound is Ruiz for Lorain. Gets it to Rashad Carter. Carter will hand it off to Killian. Killian is the coach's son. Now back outside. A long three-ball, air ball by Carter. And they save it from going out of bounds, but they save it to Raymel Hester for Bedford. He'll get it to Conway. Conway will drive, put it up. Nope, we got a foul. A couple of free throws coming up for Sean Conway, a senior who had 11 in the loss to Mayfield. We're just underway, 7-11 to go first quarter, no score. Rashad Carter with a foul, his first, team's first. So Sean Conway will try to get the Bearcats on the board. Nice sized crowd here tonight. First free throw up, around the rim and in. 1-0 Bedford. Second one up and in. 2-0 Bearcats. Full court pressure on this young team. Killian with it. He's double teamed, gets rid of it. In the backcourt, Ruiz gets it across the timeline to Jordan Daniels. Daniels back outside. Ruiz, he'll jack a three, miss it. Rebound, loose on the floor, picked up by Emerson of Lorain. He'll get it on the right side. There goes the runner. It's up and in. Rashad Carter ties it at 2. 6:45 to go, opening quarter. We're just underway. Rob Polinsky alongside Jared Kozar. Get it into the front court. Jalen Clark with the basketball. Clark goes to the foul line to Malik Baker. Baker back outside to Conway. He's not bashful. Lets it fly. No good. Isaiah Killian will haul in the rebound. Killian with it. Killian steps back, puts it up and in. Isaiah Killian with a nice shot. He's on the board, and the Titans take their first lead of the night, 4-2.
Back-to-back field goal attempts made for the Titans, and you could tell the intensity picked up a little bit there after that one went in for Killian.
Bedford pressing, Lorain is not. At the other end, putting it up and in. Nice job, Raymel Hester. Jared, he fell down to the seat of his pants, but put it in.
Hester's been acrobatic, miss or make so far.
Other way for the Titans, Rashad Carter picks the press, lays it up and in.
Carter wants to match that sort of aerial assault.
6-4 Titans, 5:45 to go in the opening quarter. Sean Conway gets it across the midcourt stripe. Conway guarded by Killian. Gets it in the corner, 3 ball by Jalen Clark. Front iron, no. Rebound, Emerson. Emerson will hand it off. Rashad Carter back to Killian. Killian with the Anderson Varejao do. Stops the dribble, gets it up top to Jordan Daniels. Daniels in between the circles. Daniels with back to the basket, Emerson. Back to Daniels. Daniels left side 3 ball, back of the rim, no. Conway got the rebound for Bedford. Sean Conway directing traffic. Conway into the forecourt. Conway around Killian, floater from 10 feet is good. Sean Conway with 4, and we are tied at 6, 3 minutes into the opening quarter. Jordan Daniels with it on the 3-point line for Lorain. Back outside, cross court, get it to Rashad Carter. Carter on the drive, 12-footer, front iron, no, and the rebound comes down to Malik Baker of Bedford. Baker will push to Jalen Clark. Nice pass inside, off the glass, and in Joe Stokes. Good ball movement that time, Jared.
Yeah, the Bearcats really brought it to them, and they want to get out and run. You can tell that right away. This is an athletic Bedford team. We'll see what Lorain has for them.
Daniels inside, put it up, no good. Rebound comes out to Rashad Carter. Fakes the 3, gets it to Ruiz, top of the key, and he traveled. John Guzik caught him traveling. It will be Bedford basketball. Titans are going to have substitutions. Matt Killian trying to get his subs into the game. And the first sub will be Reggie Wade, a 5'7" senior. Second sub coming in is Micah Kimbrough, 6'1" junior.
Rob, I think for some of it, those substitutions coming, you got to find ball handlers right now, and their last few possessions have sort of come to a stall just because they want to shoot. Nobody wants to actually create.
On the drive, Stokes, glass rim, no rebound. Offensive rebound for the Bearcats to put back in the lane is good. Malik Baker gets his first points of the season, and it's 10-6 Bedford. Killian forces it into the forecourt to Kimbrough. Kimbrough lost control of it. Baker comes out of there with it for Bedford. Baker with a pass for Conway, yes, and a foul. Conway was 6, he'll look for 7 at the line, and the Bearcats beating Lorain in transition.
Going back to that bench again, well, both teams will make substitutions here, but for Lorain, I think it's got to be a matter of, you had a couple of good buckets there, things looked okay, and then you maybe thought to yourself you could relax a bit. That's just not the case. Bedford is really going to bring it to you.
Amir Hudson and Willie Powell come in for Bedford. Coming in for Lorain is Sheldon King. Sean Conway trying to complete a 3-point play. No, he missed it off the front of the rim. And the rebound was hauled in by the Titans. They trail 12-6, 3:50 to go in the first quarter. Killian in between the circles, gets it on the left side to Jordan Daniels. A young, inexperienced Lorain Titan varsity team in their first ball game of the year. Daniels with it. Daniels drives, lays it up and in. Jordan Daniels with his first points of the night. And it's 12-8 Bedford, 3.5 to go in the opening quarter. Matt Killian up, telling the guys where to go defensively. Sean Conway with it. Conway in the three-point line. Conway into the lane, and they throw it away. It'll be Lorain basketball.
Well, it wouldn't be the start of basketball season in Lorain without our friend and colleague Gary Pelter making his way through. And varsity game started at about 7:30. Pelt decided 7:41 was the time he needed to show up.
Here's a Pelt sighting.
Pelt snuck in there on that last possession.
He must have set his alarm clock to get here. Killian with the basketball. Killian with it. He kicks it back outside. Three, right side. Good. Reggie Wade gets into the scorebook, and it's 12-11. The Titans on a 5-0 run. I'm liking this Titan mascot out front here, Jared.
Again,
he's intimidating.
Things you didn't see last year, the Titans mascot.
Inside, the return is up and in by Joe Stokes. He has 4. Bedford leading 14-11, and Jared, they are scoring inside. Bearcat, or I should say Titan basketball. Jordan Daniels on the three-point line. Jordan pulls it back outside. Now he goes cross court. They get it to Kimbrough. Kimbrough to Killian. Cross court with a basketball to Reggie Wade. Back to Kimbrough. Kimbrough jump stop, lost it in the lane, stolen away by Joe Stokes. They clear it ahead and then they throw it away, trying to get it to Raymel Hester. Like John Wooden say, play fast but don't be in a hurry.
Be quick but don't hurry, I think was the John Wooden pyramid of success there.
Well, that's another way. Hurry up but don't screw it up.
Yeah.
They screwed it up there.
It's kind of what Wooden said, but you can only fit a little bit of that in that block. So you got the next level.
The pyramid of success. Yeah. Plus he was too nice to say don't screw it up.
Sure.
Killian with the basketball. That's what we call rephrasing the pyramid of success. Jordan Daniels has it on the left side to Reggie Wade. Wade in the lane, lost control, stolen out of there. Amir Hudson got the steal. His pass ahead to Willie Powell, layup is no good, and Killian comes out of there with it. Playing a little frazzled here. Under 2 to go in the first quarter. Titans down 3. Daniels with the basketball. Daniels forced his way up. Yes, and a foul. Jordan Daniels put it in, and he got fouled. He's got 4. He'll look to tie it at the free throw line.
You know, we talked about it. Lorain may be searching for some leadership and some ball handlers out there. One thing they don't lack is guts. They are driving inside and taking on sometimes bad number situations, but they want the contact.
Jared, they are not putting the foul, the player that commits the fouls up there, so I don't know who committed that foul for Bedford, but it is their first. Substitution, Leonard Sharp, a senior, came in for Bedford. Free throw is up and in by Daniels. He has 5, and we're tied at 14. 8-2 run for Lorain. With the basketball is Conway. Killian went for the steal, didn't get it. Conway with a jumper, it's up and in. Conway with a big first quarter's got 8. He's got half of Bedford 16, and they lead 16-14. 90 seconds to go first quarter. Jacob Addis, 6'3" senior, a member of the football team out there for the first time. Jordan Daniels by midcourt. Daniels guarded Isaac Britton, who just checked in for Bedford. Both teams going to their bench early and often. Reggie Wade with the basketball, back to the basket, cross court Killian. Killian step back 3 ball, back of the rim, no, rebound Conway Bedford. 1 minute to play, Bearcats with the ball and a 2-point lead. They double team Conway, his pass almost intercepted, but we're gonna get a foul as Sheldon King went through the Bedford player to try to get that steal. Interesting first quarter, Jared. At times it almost seems like they're playing hot potato. No one wants to hang on to the ball for more than half a second.
No, you're correct. It's been sort of that way, and maybe that has to do with the fact that both teams have made substitutions early, and you're still filling yourself out. But it's been entertaining at the same time.
Very entertaining. Dennis Pettis is in for the first time for Lorain. Pettis is a 5'10" junior. Sean Conway lacing up the shoes. That's why we had a slight delay. Now we're underway. They'll inbound to Conway. Under a minute to go in the quarter. Bearcats lead by 2. Gets a screen from Leonard Sharp. Conway in the corner. They let it fly. Missed it. Sharp with an offensive rebound. Right side 3 ball. No good by Isaac Britton. Killian hauls in the board for Lorain. Titan basketball, they can tie with a 2, they can take a lead with a 3. Just over half a minute to play in the first quarter. Dennis Pettis by midcourt, cross court, gets to Reggie Wade. Titans looking to milk a little clock, maybe take the final shot. Wade out to Killian by half court. Killian, nobody on him, so he'll just dribble at the edge of the center circle. In between the circles, 15 seconds to go in the quarter. On the drive, losing it off his knee is Sheldon King, and stealing it is Conway. Bounce pass ahead to Isaac Britton. He lays it up and in. I'm sorry, that's Willie Powell. Willie Powell with his first 2, 18-14. A little more than a second to go, letting it fly, and almost making it from just beyond half court was Reggie Wade, but the shot was no good, glass and rim. We played one quarter. It's Bedford 18, Lorain 14. You're listening to the WEOL Cage Matchup. Tonight's game on AM 930, FM 100.3. Jared, we're online
at WEOL.com.
Every one of us starts out as a wide-eyed recruit, myself included. If I could go back, I'd tell that kid, get ready. You're going to serve alongside some amazing people. They're going to become like family to you. And together, you'll see and do things that will help change the world. That'll change you. One day, you're going to look up and be a better you. And this nation will be better for it too. I'm General Dave Goldfein. Come join us. Your nation is waiting.
Thank you very much, Bruce Van Dyke, and welcome back to Lorain. Ron Polinsky along with Jared Kozar as tonight's game, not only on WEOL, but pleased again to be on WLCS TV 20, home of Spectrum Cable, Lorain City Schools Television. Thanks to Joe Bach for using our audio tonight. They do such a great job. Check out Lorain Schools TV 20 on Facebook for all your entertainment and informational needs. Follow us on Twitter at LCS_TV 20. That YouTube station, Lorain Schools TV 20, and I get it confused. I think they have the same amount of hits as McDonald's has those burgers served. It's like billions and billions. I don't even know the number anymore.
Definitely getting up there. Another guy who normally relies on TV 20 and the YouTube station. That's why Pelt came out here today. He said, I don't want to contribute to Joe Bach's pits anymore. I'm going to be part of that later on in the season. So I'm going to come over here live and see it in person. Don't take that personally, Joe. We're here. We'll take care of Pelt if you need us to.
Titans with the basketball as we begin quarter number 2. Ron Polinsky, Jared Kozar, Joe Bach here from Lorain. In the corner, the 3-ball goes up. It's an air ball. Reverse layup is returned up. No good. Missing that was Israel Amerson. For the Bedford Bearcats, they lose control of it. They get it ahead, and nice pass to Amerson inside. Forced it up, missed it. And Bedford comes out of there with it. A little helter-skelter, and we've got a traveling violation. So for Lorain, let's get you set here. With them in the game right now is Killian, Amerson, Daniels. Also in the game, Ruiz and Dennis Pettis for the 5 original starters. For Bedford, they are going to counter with Amir Hudson. Also in the game right now is Raymel Hester, Malik Baker, Jalen Clark, and Joe Stokes for their original 5 starters. Ruiz with a pass that's intercepted. Both teams turning the ball over a lot, keeping Jared busy with the stats. Raymel Hester with it, in between the circles. We've played a minute of the second quarter, 18-14, Lorain trailing by 4. Cobos Insurance Center halftime show coming up at the end of the second quarter. Inside, off the glass, and then Joe Stokes. Stokes with 6. 20-14, Bearcat lead is 6. They get another steal. Stokes steals it out of there. Raymel Hester with it. Raymel Hester with it. He's into the forecourt. Jared, when you've got the ball, you've got to be strong with the ball, and that seems to be a problem for Lorain.
Absolutely. Lorain got knocked off the ball there, and it was physical. It wasn't dirty. It was not a foul. It was physical. They just lost the ball. Back-to-back turnovers, and they really need a bucket in the worst of ways. Bedford turned the ball over twice just recently.
5-second call right there.
Exactly. Lorain came up with nothing off of a couple of Bedford turnovers last time. You need a stop. You need a bucket and a stop right now if you're the Titans.
I might have to talk to Tim Kodrowski, get him to sponsor the turnovers, because we've had a lot of them. We've got another traveling violation. So it'll be Bedford basketball.
This is his time of year, cookies and the like. That
Calling him, I think it's next Thursday. I'll have to bring that up. 6:29 to go in the first half, 20-14. Bedford leads by 6.
He's got the good turnovers, though.
Yes, he does. With the basketball in the backcourt comes Sean Conway. Conway with a pass for Joe Stokes. Stokes put it up, partially blocked, but a foul. And that foul goes on Christian Ruiz. Team's 4th. Again, they're not showing the individual fouls, so not sure how many he has, but 4 on Lorain as a team. Stokes, line right, put it up and in. Joe Stokes with 7. He and Conway have combined for 15 points of the 21. The other night in the loss to Mayfield, they combined for 19 points. They lost at Mayfield 57-50. Second free throw, danced around rim and it fell off. Coming out of there with it is Ruiz for Lorain. He'll get it to Jordan Daniels, back to Ruiz, and it's stolen away. Bearcats with a steal. They bounce it ahead. With it is Malik Baker, puts it up and in. Baker with 4. And Lorain, quite honestly, Jared, just being a little careless here. You can't telegraph passes like that in varsity basketball.
Yeah, those are what you would call a little bit on the lazy side. And down 9 right now, just to start of the second quarter here. You got to wonder what kind of firepower do they have to come back.
But a beautiful pass from Killian as he gets it inside to Amerson. His first points of the ball game off the pretty assist from Killian. 23-16 Bedford. 5:35 to go in a half. On the left side with the basketball backing out is Jalen Clark. Gets it outside. Malik Baker, 3, no. The ball gets tipped out to the Titans, Rashad Carter. He'll get it cross court, Jordan Daniels. Daniels right in front of the Bedford bench. Daniels, left wing Killian. Killian right back to Jordan Daniels. In front of the Lorain mascot, Jackson hits it. Jordan Daniels now with 8. Timeout on the floor, timeout for the Titans. It's a 30, so why don't we keep it here since it's just a 30-second timeout. 5:07 to go in the first half. Lorain leads 23-19. And once again, let's tell you about Joe Bach and WLCS TV 20 on Spectrum Cable. You can follow us on Twitter at LCS_TV 20. The YouTube station is Lorain Schools TV 20. Check out Lorain Schools TV 20 on Facebook for all your entertainment and informational needs. Lorain Schools TV 20, WLCS TV 20, Spectrum Cable. Now, I was talking to Joe earlier tonight, and Joe, am I allowed to say this? You and I we've had better weeks than this week. Am I allowed to say that? All right. So I called Joe to say, Joe, I'll be honest with you, I'm not 100%. I had surgery on Tuesday. I don't know how good I'm going to be for you tonight. And he's like, Rob, I had surgery yesterday. So he had to one-up me. So, Jared, we're not putting any pressure on you, but you didn't have surgery today, did you?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. So you're not. So Joe's just proved he's crazier than me by working a day after surgery. At least I waited 2. There's a 3-ball off the glass for Sean Conway. He puts it up and in. Conway with 11. And it's 26-19. The Bearcats lead by 7.
Joe's been fairly crazy for quite a while.
Well, yes, amen. Emerson with the basketball, cross court, gets the ball to Carter. Carter throws it off of one of the Bearcats and out of bounds. That was Raymel Hester. It'll be Lorain inbound.
For Bedford, that's their first 3-ball make of the contest. So always interesting when that happens after several attempts.
Right. Titans have made 2. And they trailed 26-19 with 4.5 to go until the Cobos Insurance Center halftime show. Jordan Daniels with it. Daniels into the forecourt. Daniels with a high dribble. Daniels double team, stolen away, Sean Conway. Nice job by Conway. He runs over Killian, no call. Conway drives and scores. Boy, that's got to be a foul on somebody, doesn't it?
You would imagine you go over like that. It was right in front of Scott Cronick.
13 points for Conway, 28-19. Emerson on the drive, and that one's going to be a foul called on Bedford's Joe Stokes. Just the second foul on the Bearcats.
Prior to his career as an official, Cronick was a legend in a Parma 30 and over league for men at one point, where he ran into Mark Winerka And Mark Winerka said, you think it's so easy, why don't you give it a shot? And Chronic said, if you can do it, so can I.
What was he alleged in 30 and over doing what?
Men's indoor rec league, hoops.
Oh, hoops.
Yeah, oh, sorry. Yeah, when I said Winerka was the guy that,
When you said Winerka and you said it was something indoors,
that's true.
I had no idea what you were talking about. I didn't think it was basketball. 3-ball from Killian comes up, no good. And ripping out the rebound is going to be Jalen Clark. Clark gets it into the forecourt to Conway, jacks the 3, and he got it. Sean Conway is not bashful. He's made 2 threes. He's already got 16 points. 31-19, Bearcats with their biggest lead. And they get it into the forecourt. We have a whistle, or we don't have a whistle. We have a collision. And the Bearcats with another steal, and they're going to throw it away. But Lorain has got to handle the pressure.
Well, and Carter was just, again, heads on collision. Chronic checks to see if he's okay. You had to think a whistle was coming, and I think that's what a lot of the guys down there, like bowling pins, thought was going to happen.
3:35 to go in the first half. Bedford leads 31-19. Lorain to inbound, and it'll be Sheldon King inbounding. Bedford cheerleaders putting on a show back there, Jared. I'm like, what's all that noise? I look down there. They haven't stopped from the time they get off the bus. Another turnover on the Titans. It'll be Bedford Bearcat basketball. Those young ladies, I mean, they might be working harder than the team.
Oh, don't tell Conway that.
With the basketball is Conway. 3:25 to go and a half. Bearcats lead by a dozen. He'll hand it off to Willie Powell. They run the weave right back to Sean Conway. Jacob Addis comes back out. He's out there defensively. To Powell on the baseline. Gets cut off. Back out to Conway. Conway at the foul line. Cross court. The 3-ball comes up by Hudson. No good. Rebound ripped out of there by Jordan Daniels of Lorain. Daniels will get it across midcourt. Daniels assesses the defense. 3 minutes to play. Killian with it. Killian right back to Jordan Daniels. Takes a long 3 off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound ripped out of there by Joe Stokes of Bedford. He'll outlet it, and it's going to get knocked away. We get a whistle, and out of bounds for Bedford was Willie Powell. He stepped out of bounds. That'll be Lorain basketball. Scott Chronic and Matt Killian with a quick conversation. Pete Priolo, you could read his body language over there, Jared. He just told his kids, slow down. 2:40 to go and a half. Titan basketball, they trail 31-19. Killian into the front court. Left-hand dribble to Daniels in the corner. Daniels back up top. A long 3. Sheldon King missed that one. Jacob Addis, offensive rebound and an offensive foul as the football player lowered the shoulder and ran over Joe Stokes. Stokes with a little bit of an acting job, but the offensive foul on Addis.
Sometimes when you're that large, that's what happens. It's just you're going to give up. That size is going to set you apart a little bit, and you mentioned they're coming away with the call there. But everything working for Bedford right now. As you mentioned, Coach Priola saying, hey, slow it down. And with a 12-point lead, that's what you should do. They've got to chase you.
Micah Kimbrough comes back in for Lorain. 2:20 to go until the Cobos Insurance Center halftime show. Conway, a long 3. That one is stuck between the rim and the backboard, and it will go to Bedford on the alternating possession arrow.
Need an ID.
We'll get you an ID when we can. We've got 2:12 to go in the first half. Dave Rydell back there letting us know. We'll step aside for station identification when we get just a second. On the inbound, they get it to Conway. Conway in the corner, put it up. No, we're going to have a whistle and a couple of free throws. So while they do that, let's step aside for station identification on the WEOL cage matchup.
WEOL, Elyria, Lorain, Medina.
Alongside Jared Kozar, I'm Rob Polinsky. Also Joe Bach with us tonight. It's the season opener for the Lorain Titans, much anticipated season opener. The Matt Killian era is underway with Lorain. And the Titans trail 31-19. On the inbound, they get it inside here. Joe Stokes left it for Baker, put it up, yes, and a foul. Malik Baker with 6. He'll try to make it 7 at the free throw line. Jared, this Bearcat team is pretty good.
Well, they're certainly athletic. They're deceptively long for not having a ton of size. They make it hard for you. You mentioned some of the telegraph passes get swallowed up right away, and that's really going to hurt them. Halftime adjustments might be something where you can come up with that, but in game it's really tough right now.
Baker misses the free throw. Kimbrough got the rebound for Lorain. Titans trail by 14. Daniels with it. Titans love to cut it to 10 or so at halftime if they can, but they got it knocked away. It'll be Bedford basketball. Another turnover.
14 so far in the half for Lorain. Wasn't necessarily that lopsided in the first quarter, but here in the second, it's gotten away from them a little bit.
And at 47 to go in the half. Bearcats to inbound. They get it to Ramel Hester. Hester with the basketball in between the circles, guarded by Carter. He'll get it to Sean Conway. Conway with the basketball. He dribbles inside, kicked it off to Baker, put it up short, rebound Addis for Lorain. Addis will clear to Kimbrough. 1:25 to go in a half. Titans down by 14. They've been stuck on 19 for a while. Kicked it outside to Killian. Asaya Killian with the basketball. Asaya is the sophomore point guard of the coach's son, I should say. Coming out of there with the basketball is Jordan Daniels. Daniels stops, left side, three ball, got it. Jordan Daniels with a second from long range. He's got half the Titan points, and it's 33-22 Bedford. Under a minute to go in the half.
That was one of the bigger buckets of the evening when they really needed a stop, and they were able to, or at least stop the bleeding, and they were able to do it that way. We'll see what happens here on the other end as Bedford takes possession, and looks like a blocking foul is called.
Yes, it is. On Asaya Killian. 8th team foul on the Titans. Substitutions for Bedford. Jalen Clark back into the ball game, as is Amir Hudson. They both have played, neither have scored. At the line is Sean Conway. Front end of the 1-and-1. It went around rim and it fell in. Conway was 17. He had 11 in the first game of the year. The loss to Mayfield, 57-50. Well, they had 50 the other night against Mayfield. They're already at 34 with 49 seconds to go in the half. Safe to say they're going to go over 50 tonight. Conway again, we get a whistle and what? Movement on the lane. Lane violation on Bedford. And that will give possession to the Titans. Bedford calls off the pressure. And with 45 seconds to go in a half, Reggie Wade looks over to Coach Killian for the call. Wade into the front court. Wade back outside to Asaya Killian. 35 seconds to play in the half. Titans down 12. With it is Rashad Carter. Left-hand dribble back out to Wade. Wade wears number 1 on the back of his Lorain jersey. 20 seconds to go in the half. Conway now comes out to greet him at half court. Wade will kick it out to Killian. Killian looks at the clock. It says 12 seconds. Cross court with his pass to Carter. Carter with 8 seconds to Killian in between the circles. Right back to Carter. He'll let it fly. 5 seconds to go. 3 ball, no good. Fight for the rebound. It goes out of bounds to Lorain with 7/10 of a second left. I don't think you can catch and shoot. I think you basically got to tip it at the basket. It's got to be quick, obviously. Titans to inbound. They try to get it to Killian. Gets it off. It's short. No good. That's the half. Our score at halftime, it's Bedford 34. Lorain 22. We'll be back with the Cobos Insurance Center halftime show after this timeout. You're listening to the WEOL Boys Cage Matchup. Tonight's game is on AM 930. We're on FM 100.3. Maybe you're listening online, or you can listen on our free app, Jared, anytime.
At WEOL.com.
Every year, the Salvation Army serves nearly 30 million people in need. That's one person every second. So by the time you've finished watching this, 30 more lives will have been changed for good. all thanks to your donations.
Thank you.
It's not just the ships, the armor, or the aircraft. It's something more. It's the will to fight and determination to win, found inside each and every Marine that answers a nation's call. Battles won. We make Marines who overpower the desire to quit with the perseverance to prevail. Not for glory, but for honor. For a code that isn't written or spoken, but lived. It's what we do. It's who we are. It's the battle cry of our fighting spirit. Battles won. See all the battles Marines fight to win at marines.com.
Lorain and Bedford and Jared for Lorain. I would think the biggest thing is they just need to handle the ball a little bit better, giving themselves more opportunities. They had so many turnovers in the first half. You know, it takes away, every time you have that turnover, it takes away any chance you have to score.
And again, I think that that's accurate. You're going to be in a situation where you can gather around at the intermission and say, okay, guys, we got one half of varsity basketball under our belts. Now let's make that count as a learning experience and see what we can do differently. Because despite having the 14 turnovers and some questionable shot selection, you're not out of this ball game at 34-22. So that's an opportunity that's been handed to you. You've got to take advantage of it.
Well, now maybe you can look at that number. Okay, if they had 14 at half, I would think for Lorain, if they could cut that number in half, Jared, in the second half, get it down to maybe 7 or so, that would be much better, give themselves an opportunity. But it is tough to play at the varsity level. Just the speed, you can't simulate it. You have to just basically get it by experience, and this is a young group getting their first varsity experience tonight. Isaiah Killian with the basketball for Lorain as the second half is underway. Killian, Jordan Daniels, Rashad Carter, Christian Ruiz, and Israel Amerson, the original starting five out there on the floor from Matt Killian's ball club. Isaiah Killian puts up a three ball. It's around rim and out rebound, Bearcats. They get it ahead. Hester will get it to Clark. Jalen Clark at the foul line, back to Baker, gets it out to Conway. Also, Joe Stokes is out there. Bedford starting five, the second half, the same one that started this basketball game. Baker cross court for Conway. Conway with a triple, it's good. Sean Conway, 3 triples on the night, 20 points on the night, and Bedford's lead is 15. Jordan Daniels all alone, a right side three, it's good. And Jared, Bedford's got to play defense better than that. I mean, there was nobody out on Jordan Daniels.
Tough to figure out how he got that wide open, and but he took advantage of the situation and said, we're going to knock down a 3-ball, answer that one back, and then some confusing play over here now, and an explanation on a foul.
And we had a foul after the game, after the shot, so the basket is good, and the foul is going on Bedford, and John Guzik drawing the ire of Pete Priola. On the inbounds, they'll hand it off to Killian. Killian with the basketball. Killian guarded closely by Hester. He's got to get rid of the ball, does so. Ruiz, who's scoreless in the ball game, has it. Ruiz looking for a teammate. Now he's going to left-hand dribble, kicks it outside to Amerson. Amerson at the foul line, baseline right for Carter. Carter drives in and he traveled. And John Guzik caught him. So 6:47 to go in the third. Bedford by a dozen. Still inbound. Sean Conway with the basketball. Conway gets it into the front court. Conway will go top of the key to Jalen Clark. Gets it to Baker. Baker on the drive. Midline jumper. No. Rebound Ruiz for Lorain. Pushes ahead to Jordan Daniels. Left side three in front of the Lorain bench is good. Jordan Daniels with back-to-back threes here in the third quarter. 4 threes on the night. Now he's got 17. And it's a 9-point lead. Other end, foul on the Titans. Israel Amerson with a foul. It'll be the Titans first. But Jared, all of a sudden with those back-to-back threes, this is a 9-point spread.
A 3-point game can really change things.
Conway puts up a three, missed it, got his own rebound. The floater is up, no good. Rebound comes down to Ruiz. Got away with pushing Conway to the floor. They get it ahead to Carter. Carter with the basketball on the drive. Carter kicks it outside. Daniels, another three. That one is an air ball. Long outlet for Conway for Bedford, but he goes up. Killian goes for the block. Knocked him down. 2 free throws. Killian's going to make him earn it. He fouled Sean Conway hard. A clean foul, but a hard foul, and Conway will shoot 2 free throws.
And maybe that's an important message to send, is that, like you said, it's a clean foul, but it's a hard foul. And Conway had his way with him in the first half. It's not going to be that easy, I think, is the message to be sent there.
Free throw up, off the front of the rim, no good. You're right, that is Gary Pelder behind that mask. Gary Pelder is out, and it's not even midnight. Left side free throw, in and out, no good, missed them both. Amerson with the rebound, saved it, and the shot is going to be blocked by Amerson of Jalen Clark, and here come the Titans. They're only down by 9, and we're going to whistle, and out of bounds was Rashad Carter. That's one of those unforced turnovers, Jared. I mean, you're going to have turnovers with a young team against the press. I think those are the ones that drive you nuts as a coach. Those unforced ones. And
especially when things are starting to go your way a little bit, you're getting a little bit of a flow to the game, and that just takes it away. Speaking of flow, Gary Pelter flowed in just before 7:45. Tell you what, Rob, if he'd been working the game tonight, he might have gotten here before 7:45. So that's pretty impressive.
Bearcats are going to turn it over at the other end. Early basketball, you're going to have a lot of turnovers, and we're having that tonight. Killian with it. Killian in the backcourt. Killian gets it across midcourt. Killian in between the circles. Killian on a drive. Tough shot. Put it up. No good. Rebound to Killian. Put it up and in. Isaiah Killian stayed with it. He's got 4. And all of a sudden, the Titans are only down by 7 with 5:15 to go in the third. They're in this basketball game. They've cut a 12-point lead to 7. And we have not played 3 minutes of the third quarter. With the basketball, Jalen Clark for Bedford. Cross court, got it to Joe Stokes. Now back to Conway. He'll jack a 3 and make it. Boy, when they need a big basket, they go to Sean Conway, don't they?
They certainly have so far, over 20 points in the ball game, and yeah, that could be your guy that really means something as a stopper.
And there's a steal, and laying it up and in for the Bearcats is Ramel Hester. He's got 4. You said Conway's got over 20. You are right. He's got 23. 42-30. Killian breaks the press. Right side Carter for 3. He got it. Rashad Carter, his first long-range one. And the Titans have made 6 from downtown. to 4 for Bedford. Bedford's 4 have all come from the same guy, Sean Conway. And on the dribble, spinning around, they're going to kick it outside to Jalen Clark. He goes out of bounds to the Titans. Coach Priolo really getting on his team. Jacob Addis back in for Lorain. He played in the first half, didn't score. Amerson comes out. Sheldon King comes in for Lorain. He played in the first half, didn't score. Ruiz will come out.
A hot shooting start for Lorain here in this third quarter. They are 3 of 5 from downtown and 4 of 7 so far to begin this third quarter. Actually, about halfway through the third quarter here, but a good chance to capitalize right now off of a turnover.
Pressure by Bedford, 1-2-2, full court press. 4 minutes to play in the third. Titans down 9, they break the press. Cross court, Killian gets it. On the left side, Daniels for 3, back of the rim, no. Jacob Addis with a rebound and he scored. Jacob Addis says, give me that. Took the ball and put it in. It's a 7-point lead for Bedford.
It was shades of Derek Coleman right there.
And Daniels got a steal from Conway, lays it up and in, and it's a 5-point game. Timeout, Bedford. 3:37 to go in the ball game, a full timeout. The Titans are back in it, the crowd's back in it. Our score, it's Lorain at 37, Bedford 42. You're listening to the WEOL Cage Matchup on AM 930, FM 100.3. Jared, tell them where else you can listen.
Online at WEOL.com.
From 7 to 9 weekdays. Sean Conway with the basketball for the Bearcats. They lead by 5. Conway into the front court. He gets it to Amir Hudson, who checks into the ball game, as does Willie Powell. Powell scored 2 in the first half. Hudson did not score in the half. Conway with the basketball, guarded by Killian. Gets around Killian. Bounce pass, threw it away, but it went off. Jacob Addis of Lorain. It'll be Bedford basketball. Dennis Pettis back in for the Titans as he'll replace Rashad Carter. Pettis in scoreless. Carter goes out with 7. On the inbound, we get a whistle. It's Addis will get called for the foul as he ran over Joe Stokes. Jacob Addis still has a little bit of football in him.
You got to love it. Jacob Addis knew what was going to go on there and said, don't worry, fellas. I'll give you a hand, help you up. I was totally at fault on that one.
Matt Killian telling the guys defense on this inbounds. Bedford leads by 5. They get it to Conway. Conway was out of bounds. No, he was fouled. He is going to be fouled by Dennis Pettis. Pettis with a foul, his first. Team's 4th. Inbounding, Willie Powell, a junior with 2. Bedford didn't list their heights on their roster. The inbound, the three-pointer is up by Amir Hudson, and he hit it. Hudson, with his first points of the ball game, makes it an 8-point lead. Pressure in the backcourt, they knock it out of bounds. It's Lorain basketball. And I was joking with Coach Priolo when we got to talk, and I said, well, let me guess, if you're not listing your heights, something tells me you don't have a bunch of 7-footers. He said, no, we're really pretty short this year. And you know, Lorain is too, Jared. These two teams normally see some much taller players on the roster, but for whatever reason, not so this year.
Right, I would say Jacob Addis at 6'3" is going to take the cake out there.
Yeah, exactly. Daniels missed it. Rebound out to Conway. Conway driving a nice move around Killian, but he missed the layup. The return is up and in. And that is Malik Baker. Baker with 8. He didn't even score the other night in the loss to Mayfield. He's got 8 tonight. On the drive, Pettis lays it up and in. Dennis Pettis, first points of the year, 5'10 junior. 47-39 Bedford, 2:25 to go in the third. Rob Polinsky, Jared Kozar, Joe Bach from WLCS TV 20 here with you tonight. With the basketball on the three-point line is Joe Stokes. He'll pull it back out, get it to Willie Powell. Powell hands it off to Conway. Conway left elbow, back to Powell for 3, got it. Willie Powell on a nice pass. A really nice pass that time from Stokes. And he's got 5. And we get a whistle on a foul, blocking foul on Conway.
Boy, how about Bedford out of that timeout? You know, they felt the Titans creeping on them, cut it to within 5. Coach Priolo said, hey, boys, we're going to take a timeout, get this one straightened out. They come out of that one, draw 2 personal fouls, hit a 3, and then have just really opened it back up since.
Pete Priolo in his 9th year as head coach of the Bearcats. Been there a while, done a really good job. Bedford has had some, they've been a really good team in the LEL in his tenure. Killian with the basketball. Killian is going to get a timeout is called for. Coach Priolo thought that he traveled first, but they get the timeout called for. So Lorain gets the timeout. That'll be their second. They've got 3 remaining, and we'll keep it here. There's a minute 49 to go in the third, and it's 50-39 Bedford. We want to remind you that, again, using our audio tonight, we're pleased that Joe Bach asked for our help, and we're pleased to help Lorain City Schools Television. Our friends at WLCS TV 20 Spectrum Cable right here in Lorain. I believe that's 1025 now on the cable. Joe says yes, it is here in Lorain. Check out Lorain Schools TV 20 on Facebook for all your entertainment and informational needs. Follow us on Twitter at LCS_TV 20. Check out that YouTube, Lorain Schools TV 20. I know they're over 1 million hits on that as they do such a great job at WLCS. 2.5 million hits. See, I told you you're like those McDonald's hamburgers, Joe, with billions and billions served.
Joe just keeps it going over there.
Jordan Daniels in the corner. Jump stop. Amberson off the glass and in. Israel Amberson with 4. And it's 50-41. The Titans cut it to 9 with 90 seconds to go in the third. Joe, or I should say Jared, I know you as a native of Lorain and lived here your whole life, still live here. You know how important WLCS TV 20 is to the community.
Watch a lot of it, certainly do.
Conway with a floater, put it up, no good, out of bounds. Didn't mean to cut you off.
No, he cut me off over there with action on the floor. But no, TV 20 is just something that if you're not from this area, you kind of don't get it. A lot of school systems don't have access to something like that. They don't have anybody proprieting that like Joe really just sort of pushes it to the forefront and takes it to the next level. Really, it's a great product.
Conway, the double team, and we're going to get a whistle, and Bedford has to take a timeout because they were in the corner. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. Each team has taken 2 timeouts. They have 3 remaining. Late stages of the third quarter, Lorain leads by 9. When we're done tonight, Columbus Blue Jackets hockey. The Blue Jackets taking on the Dallas Stars and Jared Kozar. I know NHL hockey is not your #1 sport, but did you know maybe the hottest team in the East right now, the Detroit Red Wings, have won 4 in a row. And look out, they're not a pushover like the last couple of years.
Boy, it hasn't happened, since 2017, I think, that you've had something like that go on.
Stevie Y.
Stevie Y, baby. That's about the extent of what I know of hockey and the Detroit Red Wings. I follow the Blue Jackets, certainly, and, there's sometimes that's going well for them, but good for you and your Detroit Red Wings. Rob Polinsky, again, loves America, not just Northern Ohio, because there's not a whole lot to cheer for in terms of hockey. Rob will find it somewhere else. If he doesn't like Columbus Blue Jackets, he'll find the Red Wings. They're not doing any good, he'll find somewhere else. Indiana basketball?
Jared, I'm 54 years old. There were no Columbus Blue Jackets when I was following hockey 40 years ago. And the great voice of the Great Lakes, WJR, with Bruce Martin on the call. With Paul Woods growing up, Boy, if you didn't like that, there's something wrong with you.
We weren't listening to that over here.
Well, sometimes you have WJR on the radio, you didn't even know it. With the basketball are the Lorain Titans in the forecourt. They get it to Killian. Killian has it under 50 seconds to go. Cross court, he'll get it. 3-ball comes up, missing it on an air ball is Sheldon King, and losing control of it out of bounds was Reggie Wade. It'll be Bedford basketball.
Into 3, girls basketball Vermillion up on Port Clinton, 29-23. And at the half, Avon fans will be happy. Winton Woods over Akron Hoban, or Archbishop Hoban, 14-3 at the intermission.
Wow. Winton Woods, I think, was considered the underdog by many in that one.
I believe so.
With the basketball, Conway gets it. Conway into the front court. Conway will get it to Raymel Hester. Hester across court for Jalen Clark. Back to Conway. 28 seconds to go in the third. Bearcats lead by 9, 50-41. This is shaping up to be a really good fourth quarter. Stay with us. Raymel Hester has it. Hester gets it out to Conway. Conway in between the circles. Man-to-man defense for the Titans. Jalen Clark gets it back to Conway. Coach Priolo directing his offense. Screen is made. A three-pointer is up. Missing that off the back of the rim is going to be the Bedford Bearcats. Conway with a return, no good. Off the miss of Hester, and that does it for 3. After 3, our score. Bedford 50, Lorain 41. We're back with the fourth quarter after this timeout. You're listening to the WEOL Cage Matchup. Tonight's game on AM, on FM. Jared, we're online.
At WEOL.com.
What do you wish for? A nice life? Nice things? Or do you wish for something more? A sense of purpose? Do you wish to discover a cure? To write code that cracks an unsolvable question? To further our exploration into space? Or to invent something that changes everything right here on Earth? Well, if that's your wish, make yourself ready. Because when you look back, you'll see that you didn't just make wishes, you realized them.
Bearcats with the basketball to open up the fourth quarter. Jalen Clark, Sean Conway, Malik Baker, Raymel Hester, and the fifth Bearcat out there is going to be Joe Stokes. It's their original starting 5. Hester on the left side. Hester jump stop in the lane, kicked it out to Conway for a 3. Missed it. Rebound to Baker. Again, he kicks it out to Conway. Conway on the drive, put it up, missed that one. The return is knocked out. Killian will get the rebound. Killian, Ruiz, Amerson, Reggie Wade, and also in the ball game, Dennis Pettis for Lorain to begin the fourth quarter. Killian, right side Pettis. Pettis with 7:15 to go until the EcoTree Services postgame show. Reggie Wade looking. Up top to Killian, long way away, now goes to the top of the circle. Left side, Wade for 3, air ball, offensive rebound, up and in. Pettis got a rebound and he laid it in. 50-43, it's a 7-point lead with 7 minutes to go. Raymel Hester with the basketball. Hester in the corner. Now they get it to Jalen Clark. Clark right back inside to Joe Stokes. To Baker. Baker kicks it out. On the three-point line is Jalen Clark. 6.5 minutes to go. Titans trail by 7, and the Bearcats threw it away. Jared, I think if you can get Sean Conway rattled a little bit, get in his face, take him away, do what you got to do. Make somebody else for Bedford shoot and beat you. I think you can see there's not a lot of points out there other than Conway.
He definitely paces them very well, and you mentioned if you can rattle him a little bit, maybe you can chip away at this. A 7-point advantage could be down to a 4.
A long three, Jordan Daniels, and he made it. Daniels with his 5th triple of the night. He's got 22. 50-46, Lorain within 4. It's as close as they've been in a long time.
Close they've been since the first quarter there, and Daniels with a big night shooting, and that continues. They may need more of that here as the game rolls on.
And Jared Hu in the 4th quarter for Bedford wants to shoot. Well, there's a foul line jumper for Joe Stokes, and he makes it. He's got 9. And I just wonder if they keep it close and if they can keep Conway from shooting, who for Bedford would step up. 52-46. Bearcats by 6. Killian with it. Killian for 3. He got it! Sia Killian, the son of Matt Killian. He's got 7. They're within 3 with 5.5 minutes to go. And the Titans are coming all the way back. We're going to get a whistle and a foul, as a blocking foul will go on Reggie Wade. That will be the 15th foul on Lorain. Bedford's committed just 3. Fans getting pumped up here. It's 52-49 Bedford with 5:27 to go until the Eco-Tree Services postgame. Inbound Conway, guarded by Reggie Wade. Reggie Wade all over him. Conway gets around a beautiful bounce pass inside to Stokes. Reverse layup is good. Stokes with 11 off the pretty feed from Conway, 54-49. 5:10 to go. Titans down by 5. They've been hitting some triples of late. Wade gets it to Ruiz. Ruiz on the 3-point line. Back out to Killian. Killian fakes the shot. Spinning around Conway. Puts it up. It's partially blocked and getting the rebound. Nice job defensively, Amir Hudson. A good job defensively by the by the Bearcats. Jalen Clark for Bedford. 4:45 to go. Hands it off to Amir Hudson. Hudson top of the circle. Right side Stokes. Jumper. 15-footer no good. Rebound Reggie Wade, Lorain. Titans with the basketball down 5. Wade into the forecourt, dribbling around. They try to steal from him, can't. He's going to throw it almost away. Jordan Daniels saved the turnover to Killian. Killian back outside to Ruiz, fakes it, kicks it out to Wade for 3. Got it! Reggie Wade makes it a 2-point game. Timeout Bearcats. 54-52 Titans. 4:17 to go, and they've cut it all the way to 2, Jared.
Full timeout going for the Bearcats. Coach Briola very angry, saying, let's get over here, get off the floor, let's talk this one over. For the Titans, Rob, that is their 6th 3-ball made here in the second half of play. So they've really come out, and they've shot 50% from downtown. There's just a lot more confidence in terms of who's contributing for Lorain right now. A couple of guys got off to a slow start in the first half. You don't see that now in the second half. They're playing with a little bit more sense of confidence, character, and urgency all at the same time. I think just Sia Killian is a big example of a guy who might have struggled a little bit in the first half, a guy that they're going to depend on to contribute throughout the rest of this ball game and season, and he's really starting to take charge in some of that role as a point guard.
Titans made 9 threes in the game so far. They've got 27 behind the arc. And for the Bedford Bearcats, they've made 6. They've got 18 points behind the arc. So they're being outscored 27-18 behind the 3-point line. And it's an entertaining ball game now. Anybody's game, 1 possession, 4:17 to go.
And you're asking yourself who's going to step up for Bedford that's not named Conway. Joe Stokes seems that he wants that sort of pressure on him. He's had a couple of buckets here in the 4th quarter. But again, if they're going to play a 2-man contest right now, they're going to be overmatched because Lorain is spreading it around quite well.
Lorain has cut down on their turnovers, Jared, and they have held Bedford to 20 points in the second half. Bearcats had 34 at half, and now they have 54. Back underway. Conway brings it across the midcourt line. A whistle and what? Oh, an offensive foul away from the ball on Bedford. And right now, Pete Priolo and John Guzik aren't seeing eye to eye. Wade comes in. Coming out of the ball game will be Rashad Carter. Titans can tie it with a 2, take the 3 with a lead. They've trailed by as many as 15 tonight. Wade with the basketball midcourt. Wade got it left side to Killian. Killian with it with under 4 to go. Got it to Ruiz. Ruiz driving the baseline. Ruiz with a pass. Reggie Wade got it. Gets it inside for Amerson off his leg and out of bounds. Bedford basketball. Israel Amerson goes flying into the sidelines. Coming into the ball game for the Titans is Rashad Carter. Coming out, Reggie Wade. Matt Killian, first game as the varsity head coach of the Lorain Titans. He's probably dreamed of this day for a long time. Can his team come from behind and give him a victory? On the right side is Conway. Conway with a floater, front of the rim, no. Emerson had it, but Conway ripped it away from him. Out to Hudson for 3. He missed it off the back of the rim. Another offensive rebound, Jalen Clark for Bedford. Clark, and we're going to get a whistle and a timeout for the Bearcats. It's a 30, so we'll keep it here, Jared. But if this is any indication of the kind of basketball that we've got this season, what an exciting season of high school basketball can be. 43 games on WEOL this season between the boys and the girls in the regular season. Again, we tipped it off with a DeFranco Classic last week with 5 games, and nobody comes close to doing the amount of basketball games on the radio that we do at WEOL.
No, you think about that, a 5-pack for the lid lifter, and it feels like we're kind of in that phase right now. Rocco had a girls game on Monday over at Clearview, and so yeah, we're already in bringing you the 7th game of the season on AM 930, 100.3 FM, and the website and the mobile app. So possessions are going to be real important in this one down the stretch. You got a feeling that's why Coach Priolo called one right there. He called a timeout, wants to protect this possession, come away with a good look.
They only have 1 timeout remaining. Lorain has 3, according to the scoreboard.
I believe that's correct, though.
Blue Jackets down 1-0 already.
And the Blue Jackets trailing the Dallas Stars 1-0. As soon as we're done, we'll get you Columbus Blue Jackets hockey. So Lorain with a substitution here coming into the ball game. Rashad Carter back in with 7 points. Bearcats to inbound. They get it to Sean Conway. Conway with 23, but just 6 of them in the second half. Hudson gets it on the left side to Hester. Hester to Conway. Conway into the lane. Bounce pass, and we get a whistle and a pushing foul on the Titans. Bounce pass to Malik Baker, and he was fouled by Rashad Carter. 6th team foul on Lorain. Next one puts them into 1-1. 3:07 to go. Reggie Wade in for Lorain. Rashad Carter out. 3:07 to go until the Eco Tree Services postgame show. They inbound it to Malik Baker. He gets it back out to Conway. Conway got a screen. Now to Baker inside. The pass, the shot goes up. No good. Offensive rebound, Amir Hudson. Cross court to Raymel Hester. Raymel Hester on the 3-point line. He's on the drive. Left-hand scoop and no good. In and out. Rebound out of bounds. It'll be with Bedford. That went off Ruiz. It'll be Bedford basketball. With 2:46 to go, sorry.
They've had the ball for about a minute and a half for the game clock here.
Offensive rebounds. That one went out of bounds off Ruiz. Bearcat basketball. They'll inbound it. They do so. Get it back to Hester. Hester is going to be bumped by Emerson. So following Israel Emerson. And at the line for a 1-on-1 will be Raymel Hester. Titans. Carter is in, Wade is out. Raymel Hester, front end of a 1-on-1. His team leads by 2 with 2:43 to go. Line left. Got it. Hester with 5. That's his first free throw of the night. The Bearcats have outscored Lorain at the line 5-1. Lorain takes a timeout. So the Titans with the timeout. They have 2 remaining. It's a full timeout, so we'll step aside for 30 seconds. 55-52 Bearcats, late fourth quarter. You're listening to the WEOL Cage Matchup on AM 930, on FM 100.3. Jared Kozar, we're online all the time
at WEOL.com.
Every one of us starts out as a wide-eyed recruit, myself included. If I could go back, I'd tell that kid, get ready. You're going to serve alongside some amazing people. They're going to become like family to you. And together, you'll see and do things that will help change the world, that'll change you. One day, you're going to look up and be a better you. And this nation will be better for it too. I'm General Dave Goldfein. Come join us. Your nation is waiting.
55-52 Bedford. The Bearcats 0-1, having lost at Mayfield 57-50. Lorain, this is their season opener. Titans will next be in action Tuesday night right here against Cleveland Central Catholic against the Ironmen. Bedford will next be at Copley Tuesday, December 7th. And Raymel Hester now at the line shooting the second half of the 1-1. Hester with 5. He had 12 the other night in the loss to Mayfield. John Guzik, Scott Cronick, a quick conversation. Two of the three officials. Line left, bends the knees, put it up, no good. Rebound, Israel Hammerson for Lorain. Titans down 3, 2:35 to go. Isaiah Killian into the front court. Killian, edge of the center circle, left side, he gets it to Jordan Daniels. Daniels picks up his dribble, threw it for Killian, off his hand into the backcourt, over and back. Killian zigged, and I think Daniels thought he was going to zag. It was one of those, he went one way, the pass went the other.
Tried to track it down, got called for the over and back. I think part of that is a product of just not having a possession for so long for Lorain. They hadn't had the ball for, again, at least a minute and a half plus of game clock. What that is in real time is probably closer to 3.
And they're going to tap it away and tap it out of bounds to Jordan Daniels as he tapped it away from Raymel Hester out of bounds. It'll be Bedford basketball.
It was close throughout. We do have a final in girls basketball. Vermilion victorious over Port Clinton Lady Sailors, 38-34.
Congratulations to the Vermilion Lady Sailors with that victory. Conway on the inbound. They get it cross court. Hester has it. Hester on the baseline, back outside to Amir Hudson. Hands it off to Conway. We approach 2 minutes to go in the game. Bedford leads by 3. Rob Polinsky, Jared Kozar live from Lorain, along with Joe Bach from WLCS TV 20. Conway gets a screen, gets it on the left side, got it back. Lorain has committed 17 fouls. Obviously now they're in the 1-1 bonus. Conway put it up and in. Sean Conway, 25 in the game. 57-52, Bedford by 5. Traveling on Killian. Killian in the backcourt gets called for traveling. Big turnover right there. Bedford has only committed 4 team fouls, Jared. They haven't been in the bonus either half. So if the Titans are going to come back, they're going to have to earn it. They're not going to get free throws unless Bedford commits some more fouls here down the stretch. Killian goes for the tie-up, and he got it. How about that? Killian gets a tie-up as he got it from Amir Hudson, and Lorain has the alternating possession arrow.
Good call right there, too. You thought he was going in there, and for Killian, that's a smart play because you got a foul at this point to try to put him back to the line and get the ball back. If you get called for the foul, you're going to shoot. If not, maybe you get that tie-up right there, and the ball goes to you. Great play.
Killian with a basketball. 1:22 to go. Titans are down by 5. Got it to Rashad Carter. Carter backs up. Carter double team. Carter in trouble, and it's out of bounds to who?
We'll stay with Lorain.
Be Lorain basketball. So the Titans to inbound, and it will be Isaiah Killian to trigger. He looks. He looks. He still looks. Got to get rid of it. did so to Emerson, but a 5-second call. Oh, a 5-second call on Lorain. Another big turnover, Jared.
7 turnovers in the second half. Again, we thought about it. They did a great job of cutting them down, but there's been 3 that have really reared their head in the past couple of minutes. And with a timeout in your pocket, you think to yourself, maybe that was a time to use one.
Jared, they've got 2 timeouts remaining, and they're down 5 with 1:14 to go. Well, it's an inexperienced team, and there's only one way to get experience. Conway with it. Conway into the forecourt. Conway with a basketball by midcourt. His pass ahead to Malik Baker. Bedford playing keep away. They get it to Joe Stokes. Back to Conway. Under a minute to go. Conway guarded by Reggie Wade. Back outside to Jalen Clark, and they're going to foul Clark. It'll be a 1-and-1 for the Bedford Bearcats. Foul on Reggie Wade. 18 fouls on Lorain. 51.6 to go. 5-point lead for the Bearcats. Jacob Addis will come in for the Titans. Israel Emerson comes out. Scott Cronick, one of our 3 officials, gives the basketball to Jalen Clark, who's looking for his first point of the night. Front end of the 1-and-1. He's still looking for his first point, no good. Rebound comes down to Jordan Daniels of Lorain. Titans down 5 with it. 45 seconds to go. Daniels, step back 3, got it, and he's fouled! Oh my, Jordan Daniels! He makes it a 2-point game, and he's fouled, Jared. He can make it a 1-point game with 42.4 to go.
Special evening by that young man, and no shot perhaps bigger than right there, right now, when they needed to have one, and then to get to draw the foul on top of it, they have a chance for a 4-point play.
Daniels with 25. He'll look for 26 at the line. He's made 6 threes. 57-55 Bedford with 42.4 to go. Jordan Daniels line right to make it a 1-point game. Yes, sir. 57-56 Bedford, full court pressure. Bearcat basketball. In the forecourt, they get it. With it is Hester. Hester back out to Conway, out to Hester. 35 seconds to go. He's fouled. He's fouled by Dennis Pettis. 9th team foul. 1-and-1. And Jared, with that much time left, it's a quick foul, but they want to put him at the line because I know even if he makes 2, it's still a 1-possession game.
Yeah, and I think they're playing the percentages that Bedford shot 50% in the first half from the stripe. They're 1 of 5 here in the second half.
Matt Killian wants a timeout. He'll get it. Timeout on the floor. Titans take the timeout. The scoreboard says each team has 1 timeout remaining. 57-56 Bedford. They're going to shoot a 1-and-1 with 33 seconds, I believe, to go. As during timeouts here, Jared, they take the time off the clock and give you that countdown. So
I think it might have been just a shade over 34.
Okay. But what a comeback for the Lorain Titans. Jared, they were down 12 and a half. They trailed by as many as 15. They trailed by 9 after 3. And right now it's 57-56 as the Bearcats lead by 1 as they are trying to even their record at 1-and-1. Lorain obviously trying to get to 1-0 and give Matt Killian a win in his first game as head coach of the Titans. And what a comeback win this would be if they can pull it off.
And when you think about what's gone on here, a valiant comeback by Lorain so far. 13 of 21 from the field in the second half are the Titans, including 7 of 13 from distance. So, like you said, they've earned it every step of the way, but sharp shooting has certainly helped the Titans in the second half, and they've given themselves an opportunity.
Line left, Ramel Hester, a 1-and-1 with 34.3 to go in the ball game. Bearcats by 1. Hester tonight with 5, including a free throw. Missed it. Rebound comes down to Reggie Wade for Lorain. The Titans can win it. Under a half minute to go. Wade into the front court. Wade will get it outside, and Coach Killian wants a timeout. They take their final timeout with 23.7 to go. And Bedford leads by 1 with 23.7 to go. Jared, the Bearcats missing front ends of the 1-and-1. Lorain making big-time shots. They've given themselves an opportunity to pull this one out here.
Been a tale of two halves in terms of the way this has worked out. Bedford took that 12-point lead into the intermission, and Lorain's just steadily chipped away at it all throughout the second half. You got a feeling right there, a good timeout, Rob, do you think, with 23 seconds left to go in the ball game? Or is that something? Well, go ahead.
Yeah, because they're an inexperienced team, and I get it. Coach Killing wants to. Now, the only thought I had was you've turned the ball over. You've already got the ball. And now it's not automatic that they're just going to inbound it. Who knows what Bedford does?
Certainly not. And I thought the same thing. I thought to myself, maybe it was a little bit of a momentum thing. You're looking 23 seconds left. What happens if we go down here and score right away and then have to go back and play defense? Do we trust ourselves if that's going to happen? I don't know if that went through his head. Certainly, we'll never know the outcome of that one, but it just seemed like a little bit of a different time. But
I think as young as they are, Matt Killian wants to draw it up and tell them exactly what to do. Now, let's see. Maybe Bedford will just drop back and play half-court defense and not contest the inbounds. Who knows? Now, the Bearcats have only committed 5 team fouls, so they have 1 to give, Jared.
Regardless of what happens, welcome back, fans, to the Titan Gymnasium.
And come on back Tuesday when they play Cleveland Central Catholic. Inbound to Killian, 20 seconds to go. Across midcourt, Titans down by 1. Killian with the basketball, bounce pass inside, put it up, and Ruiz is blocked. Emerson got it, put it up, no good. Emerson tips it up, no good. Emerson again, put it up, no good. Rebound loose on the floor, picked up Jordan Daniels, put it up, no, he's fouled with 5.3 seconds to go. Jordan Daniels will shoot 2. 1 for the tie, 2 for the lead. Lorain had about a half a dozen shots at the basket, couldn't put it in. And now Jordan Daniels, who's had a heck of a game, will go to the line for 2. Daniels with 26, 11 in the first half, 15 in the second half. Daniels line right, a 6'1" senior. He and Isaiah Killian sat on the bench for the varsity games last year. Free throw up, got it. We're tied at 56 with 5.3 to go. The scoreboard says Bedford has 1 timeout, Lorain doesn't have any. Substitutions. Lorain will get back defensively now. Dennis Pettis is in there defensively. Jordan Daniels for the lead, line right with 5.3 to go. Got it. Lorain by 1. Inbounds here, they get it across half court. Baker inside the 3-point line, put it up, back to him, no! And Lorain steals it. The Titans storm the court. Lorain steals one from Bedford. Your final score, Lorain 58, Bedford 57. The Eco Tree Services postgame show is coming up. We'll try to get a conversation with Matt Killian. And the Coach Killian era is off to a great start. He gets to 1-0. They came from 15 behind and they win it 58-57 in a thrilling game. Jared and I will recap it after this timeout. You're listening to the WEOL Cage Matchup, tonight's game on AM 930, FM 100.3. You can listen online anytime, Jared,
at WEOL.com.
with back-to-back threes here in the third quarter. 4 threes on the night. Now he's got 17. Killian in the backcourt. Killian gets it across midcourt. Killian in between the circles. Killian on a drive. Tough shot. Put it up. No good. Rebound to Killian. Put it up and in. Isaiah Killian stayed with it. He's got 4. And all of a sudden, the Titans are only down by 7 with 5:15 to go in the third. Killian breaks the press. Right side Carter for 3. He got it. Rashad Carter, his first long-range one. Daniels missed it. Rebound out to Conway. Conway driving a nice move around Killian, but he missed the layup. The return is up and in. And that is Malik Baker. Baker with 8. Play left elbow. Back to Powell for 3. Got it. Willie Powell on a nice pass. Way away. Now goes to the top of the circle. Left side, Wade for 3. Air ball. Up at the rebound. Up and in. Pettis got a rebound and he laid it in. 2:46. Bearcats by 6. Killian with it. Killian for 3. He got it. Isaiah Killian, the son of Matt Killian. He's got 7. They're within 3 with 5.5 minutes to go. Conway gets around a beautiful bounce pass inside to Stokes. Reverse layup is good. Stokes with 11 off the pretty feed from Conway, 54-49. Into the forecourt, dribbling around. They try to steal from him, can't. He's going to throw it almost away. Jordan Daniels saved the turnover to Killian. Killian back outside to Ruiz, fakes it, kicks it out to Wade for 3. Got it! Reggie Wade makes it a 2-point game. Daniels, step back 3, got it, and he's fouled! Oh my, Jordan Daniels! He makes it a 2-point game, and he's fouled, Jared! Cross midcourt, Titans down by 1. Killian with the basketball, bounce pass inside, put it up, Ruiz is blocked, Emerson got it, put it up, no good. Emerson tips it up, no good. Emerson again, put it up, no good. Rebound loose on the floor, picked up Jordan Daniels, put it up, no, he's fouled. With 5.3 seconds to go. Jordan Daniels will shoot 2. 1 for the tie, 2 for the lead. Lorain had about a half a dozen shots at the basket, couldn't put it in. And now Jordan Daniels. Joe, do you want to film him? We'll go to the line for 2. You want to film him when he comes up? Daniels for the lead. Line rock.
Last one.
5.3 to go. Got it. Lorain by 1. Inbounds here. They get it across half court. Baker inside the 3-point line. Put it up back to him. No. And Lorain steals it. The Titans storm the court. Lorain steals one from Bedford. Your final score. Lorain 58, Bedford 57. Boy, great job back at studio control, Dave Rydell, for getting those highlights. It sure was an exciting one, and we welcome you to the postgame. Brought to you by EcoTree Services. Roots that date back to 1964. EcoTree is owned by second-generation family arborists. Make them your complete tree care company. We are awaiting head coach Matt Killian to come up and join us in the postgame. While we do that, let's let you know how this one went. Bedford led after 18-14. They led 34-22 at halftime, leading by a dozen. They led by as many as 15, but Lorain would begin their comeback. Titans outscored Bedford 19-16 in the third to cut it to 50-41, and the Titans outscored Bedford 17-7 in the fourth quarter to win it 58-57. And before we get into the individual scoring, Matt Killian has joined us, the head coach of the Lorain Titans. And, Coach, too bad you couldn't have an exciting game for your first game as head coach.
Yeah, that was it's pretty amazing for it to be the first one, you know.
You're down by 15. You've got guys that have very little, if any, varsity experience. How the heck were you guys able to come back and do that?
You know what? I've been saying it all in all my interviews. We have great team chemistry, and they care about one another. They love one another. They want each other to succeed, and it really didn't matter how much we were down. The point is that we came together, and we just wanted to finish strong.
Matt, in the first half, you guys had, I think Jared had you for 14 turnovers.
That's
we
correct.
think you cut that number in half in the second half. What were you able to do in the second half to cut down those turnovers? And obviously that had a lot to do with you guys coming back.
Right, a lot of it was just nerves. It was just nerves. They were anxious. They we haven't played in front of anybody in so long, and their friends are here, their parents are here, their families, and I think a lot of those turnovers were just the result of being out here for the first time, and some inexperience. But like I said, we settled in. Halftime made some adjustments, and the kids fought, and here we are.
Coach, and on the flip side of that, we talked about the turnovers. You cut those down. You slowed them down in the second half of play, too, quite a bit. Limited opportunities for them and maximized your own on the other end. How did you guys do that at the half as far as to say that we're not going to let them keep having their way in the painted area and just be able to score?
Right. Well, I have some great assistant coaches and with experience, and, I rely on them. And, it's my first time, too. So, we made some adjustments. We talked about slowing them down and not being so aggressive. I think that hurt us a little bit. We were so anxious to create a turnover that sometimes we were the ones turning the ball over ourselves. So, but just those adjustments, I think, again, we never wavered from what it is that we were supposed to do. Like I said, we settled in and we came out with the W.
You mentioned a little bit of nerves and anxiety. Potentially, the gym was packed over here on the home side. And how good is that for you to come away with your first W here in front of a packed gymnasium?
It's amazing. This is my city, and I love the people in it. And everybody that came out to support. That's one of the reasons why we were successful tonight. We fed off of the energy, and our program as a whole. Didn't waver. We had support from our JVs and our freshmen. I seen them over there in the stands, and they were getting my younger son, pretty much got the whole crowd really hype. I don't know what he did over there, but he's jumping up and down, and so yeah. I just appreciate everybody who came out and are supporting us, and I hope it continues. We're gonna have our ups and downs. Every game's probably not gonna be like this, obviously, but we appreciate the support. We're gonna play hard, and we're just gonna continue to grow and get better.
Jordan Daniels, big game for you guys, 28 points. He made some monster threes to get you guys back in it, and just your three-point shooting in the second half really got you going, and you hit threes like that, that's going to get this crowd going.
Yeah, so, we have some kids that can shoot the ball. Rebounding, we just got to we got to scrap. And, there were some important trips at the line that they had, and, they missed a couple, but it was more important that we got that rebound. Otherwise, it didn't make any sense to foul.
Well, your free throw defense was great, Coach, down the stretch.
Yeah, doing well.
Their big guy in the first half, Sean Conway, had 17. How important was it to limit him in the second half too and able to come back? It seemed like when his offense kind of went away a little bit, Bedford really wasn't sure where to get the points from.
Yeah, we try to neutralize him a little bit. We were trying to make sense of what they were doing, and like I said, there were some adjustments that we made, and we just felt like, if we just kept doing what we needed to do, and kept chipping away and not try to get everything at one time, that we were going to maybe come out victorious.
So you come away with a W tonight, and everybody's going to tell you the biggest improvement is from game 1 to game 2. What do you guys think you need to work on outside of the turnovers? We've established that, but just there's got to be some things that you look at and say, we can do this better after we savor this victory.
Yeah, we're going to look at some film tomorrow and, again, see what makes sense for us. I think we just got to shore up our passes. I think we dribble the ball a little bit too much, and I also think, off the ball, I think we can set better screens and make it a little bit easier for the passer. They played a pretty good zone press defense. Kind of gave us some trouble at times. We were looking to dribble as opposed to pass through it, but like I said, it's a young team that we have here, and we're just going to continue to grow and get better, and we'll see where it takes us.
And Matt, finally, I just wanted to ask you, moving over now being the head coach, can you put into words what this one means to you? You were an assistant for years at South. You were an assistant for John here at Lorain. Now to get this opportunity, first ball game, a thrilling win in front of a big crowd, what does this one mean to you?
I just appreciate everybody that's been there for me along the way. I have so much support with my family, our administration, our staff in the school, and our community overall. I want this program to be the best it can be for our community, because I know that the support has been there for me, and even as an assistant all the way through, people believe in me, and they believe in what I believe, and it's important that we continue, that we feed off of this. And it's not just a basketball thing. It's so much more than basketball. I love our players. I love our kids. I love our students. And win or lose, I mean, we got to help them win in life. And if we can continue to help them do that, then our community is going to grow. We're going to be stronger all the way around.
Well, enjoy this one, Matt. It was a great way to kick off your career as the varsity head coach. Thanks for the thrills. This one will be one we remember for a long time.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
That's Matt Killian, the head coach of the Lorain Titans. His team wins it tonight by a score of 58-57. Jordan Daniels comes from behind to hit a couple of big free throws with 5 seconds to go. And Jared, we can get into the numbers here, but just your thoughts a little bit on what Matt had to say.
Well, it's the emotion. Again, he mentioned, he's like, this is my city. Well, I'm from here as well, and I think to myself what it must mean to be in that position, knowing that you've worked for this, and it's a goal that, has come to fruition, and then you get here and you think to yourself, I'm the coach of the Lorain High Titans in this building that's seen so much in its brief history and so much success in winning. How do I make that keep going? How do I perpetuate that? And, that's the attitude of somebody that says all the right things about what you need for success. Just a really good night in terms of looking at adversity in the face probably and saying we're better than this. Let's go out and be better than this. It's easy to say that. It's a lot harder to do that and come through and close it out, and they did that tonight.
And a lot harder to do it in the game when you've got such a young team. It would be one thing to go ahead and say, okay, chalk up your first loss. We'll figure it out in practice. We've got this young and experienced group. We'll get better. I'm impressed that they were able to do it on the fly. That's really what impressed me. And let's go through some of the final numbers before we get you into Blue Jackets hockey. For the Lorain Titans tonight, Rashad Carter had 7 points. Jordan Daniels led the way, 11 in the first half, 17 in the second half, including the 2 game-winning free throws with 5 seconds to go. He finishes with a team-high 28. Isaiah Killian, coach's son, had 7. And it was Israel Amerson with 4. 46 from the starting 5 over Lorain. Starting and not scoring, Christian Ruiz. Off the bench, Dennis Pettis with 4. Jacob Addis with 2. 6. And Reggie Wade had 2 threes for 6. Wade with 2 big threes. So 12 off the bench, 46 for the starters, gave Lorain a total of 58. Seeing action off the bench and not scoring, Sheldon King, Micah Kimbrough. For the Bedford Bearcats, Joe Stokes finished with 11. Malik Baker had 8. Sean Conway, 17 in the first half, 8 in the second half. He finished with a team-high 25. Raymel Hester had 5. 49 from the starters of Bedford, starting and not scoring Jalen Clark. So the starters of Bedford outscored Lorain's 49-46, but the bench bunch of Lorain was better, 12-8 over Bedford's, and they win at 58-57. Off that bench, Amir Hudson with 3. Willie Powell had 5. 8 off the bench, 49 for the starters, gave Bedford a total of 57. Seeing action off the bench and not scoring was Isaac Britton and Leonard Sharp. Now here's Jared Kozar with the stat story of this one.
For the Bedford Bearcats, who come up short by a point here this evening, they were 23 of 52 from the field, 44% on the night, 5 of 14 from the line. We talked about free throw defense as a joke, but in all reality, when you shoot 38% from the line, it's going to be tough to find yourself in the positive end of the ledger. 22 rebounds and 11 turnovers in the contest for Bedford. For Lorain, they get the 1-point victory. It's Matt Killian's first victory. It's for a lot of these guys, their first varsity experience in victory. They were 22 of 52 from the field, 42%, but they shot 50% in the second half, so really did a great job to come back and up that number. A big number that came out, and we saw 4 of 4 from the line, so they are 100% on the evening to go on with 31 rebounds. Did a really nice job of staying physical throughout. Cut the turnovers in half from the first half to the second half. They finished the ball game with 21, but just 7 of those in the second half of play. So really clean that up. And again, that's one for the Killian era.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And a lot of people we want to thank Joe Bach and everybody with WLCS TV 20, Lorain City Schools Television, all of their help using our audio tonight. We hope you enjoyed it, and I don't know how you couldn't. This was what high school sports is all about. And you can see them on Spectrum Cable, and that's 1025 here in Lorain. Check out Lorain Schools TV 20 on Facebook for all your entertainment and informational needs. Follow us on Twitter at LCS_TV20, and check out the YouTube station. It's Lorain Schools TV 20, over 2.5 million hits on that for Lorain Schools. And Jared, you guys are going to have a tough time topping this one, but tomorrow you'll try. Brookside at Firelands. Have fun over there tomorrow night.
Looking forward to it. Our first chance to see Larry Babix in his new digs over at Brookside. I mean, he'll be on the road, but he'll be at the helm of Brookside. So that'll be interesting and always fun to work with Craig Couch.
A lot of people to thank. We want to thank Dave Rydell back at Studio Control. Remind you, Columbus Blue Jackets hockey is coming up. Blue Jackets trailing 1-0 in
tied
Dallas.
At 1 after 1.
And David tells us that they are tied at 1 after 1 period. So we'll join the Blue Jackets in progress. Want to thank Jared Kozar for his help, as well as Joe Bach with WLCS TV 20, and of course our sponsors and you for listening. The WEOL Cage matchup, tonight's game with Bedford and Lorain, was brought to you by Cobos Insurance Center, your Grange independent agent. Eco Tree Services, your complete tree care company. The personal injury attorneys at Gallant, Tackus, and Boisenholt, and by Raymond Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Outstanding service since 1957. For Jared and Dave Rydell, this is Rob Polinsky. This was a thriller tonight. One more time, the final. Lorain 58. And Lorain 58, Bedford 57. Have a good night, everybody. Daniels for the lead. Line right with 5.3 to go. Got it! Lorain by 1. Inbounds here. They get it across half court. Baker inside the three-point line. Put it up back for it. No! And Lorain steals.